Today's video is sponsored by Dubby Jitterless Energy Blend, formulated to give you the focus and energy with no jitters or crash. Their formula contains vitamins, amino acids, and nootropics, including the patented Neurofactor, with more than 10 different flavors to enjoy and start your day strong. Are you ready to try Dubby? Visit Dubby.gg today and use promo code ARROWWAN to save 10% on your purchase today.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I wanted to do like a short video to put together, since I know I told people in a stream of mine the other day I was going to do like a little tour or something of my setup. It's not spectacular, you know, I don't have like a man cave or anything for it, but it is something good that I work with. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I stream and what I do when I put a stream together, I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. Alright, so this is my main setup right here. Yeah, it's not spectacular. This is like the wall in the room where I have it, you know, like I got my horror section up there and some Funko Pops and stuff. You actually see the photos on Instagram and Twitter where I put them. But yeah, some of those Funkos I got when I was with Jeff up in PA, like that Michael Myers right there. And there's a Halloween one right there, the glow in the dark. I got those in PA. We visited a shop called Dimension X. I got a video up on the channel for that. Some of these are Mel's. I got Mel, like the Bob's Burger one. She has Star Wars. She likes Star Wars, and of course the movie Hamilton. And I got her this as a birthday gift from Third Eye Comics during the free comic book day, the Freddie Mercury. That is pretty banging. Star Wars, like I said, she likes Star Wars, and she has a lot of these little figurines here that are hers, but the rest of it is pretty much like mine, like, you know, the horror stuff. Freddy Krueger, I got a couple of the Michael Myers statues, and I got a couple of the masks on styrofoam heads, which hold up pretty good for them. This thing here I got from Hot Topic, probably a couple weeks before Hot Topic closed in my local mall. Here's one that Jeff got me up there at Dimension X. Thank you, Jeff. Regan Pukin. A couple of these I got from Hot Topic, like Matt Murdock, and the rest of them from Dimension X, like Clarence Boddicker, Blockbuster, Jason, and Poltergeist. This one here, I got that special through the mail from a, it's not really like a fan club for Power Rangers, but I signed up for it, and Austin St. John, he signed a couple postcards, and he signed that particular pop right there. The original Jason from Power Rangers, he signed it and sent it out, so I think that was a pretty awesome addition. My in-laws, they got me this for my birthday a couple years ago. The Myers house. I think that thing goes for like $80 at Spirit. And this one I got at a Second Chance Toys, because I love the original Linkin Park. So I had to have that. I still want to get the Hybrid Theory one. And over here, a little horror wall section. My brother got this for my birthday a couple years ago. He saw a vendor at the mall had a bunch of these different canvas paintings, so I thought that was a pretty cool addition. Mel got me that when she went down to Florida this past year, and they took a tour down there, I think the Universal Studios section down in Florida. That's a pretty good little poster. And this I got to give props to. She made me this as a Christmas gift 2 years ago. It's a shadow box. You put a bunch of different like little collectibles and stuff in it, you know, like a memoriam for certain things. And she did this for Halloween 4, the character Jamie Lloyd. She did a little backstory for the character and the mask that she wore. I got a bunch of other little things in here just sitting in there. A patch. This is something that she got from Fort Frederick State Park, and a few other things. There's a Jason ring behind there. She got me this. This was a birthday gift last year. Little Lego characters, horror Lego characters, and of course I got a couple patches. And right here, Avery
drew this and colored this for my birthday 3 years ago. I thought that was pretty amazing, and a bunch of little things here, and a signed card by Austin St. John. And of course I started getting into collecting NECA figures, which are, you know, adult dolls, I guess you could say, collectible dolls. Like these two I ended up buying from he who shall not be named, because I am no longer associated with him. But this one I got at Third Eye Comics. It's only it was on sale too. It was like $31 or $32 for that. And of course, when it comes to like Ninja Turtles and shit, I want to get all of the Universal Monster ones for the TMNTs. This one is Raphael's Frankenstein monster. Pretty big in size. I keep them in the boxes, but you know, anybody usually would, you know, get like little stands and set them out on display, that kind of thing. And the plaques on the walls, they're basically like K of C, basically. They were my grandparents' continuous support to Archbishop Keogh Council. Basically, you know, churches and stuff, you know, it's something my grandfather was part of. And then my setup right here, like I said, this desk is, I already mentioned where this desk came from in past videos. I don't want to mention his name, but I did thank him very much for the desk, because it did come in handy a good bit. So even before we hit that, I got this little shelf here. I did have controllers sitting up here, but then I was like, you know, I'll put them somewhere, like down here in the bin. I'll show you that in a second. And I just put a couple, you know, unboxed Funko figures. Mel got me this a while back. It's supposed to be a pooping doll. It's got a little bit of dust on it. Haven't dusted that shelf in a while. I got this, I think, when we were at NPA a year or so ago at a shop. And then, of course, did some of these at the Lego Discovery Center. I did a video on that. And I got 2 sets of headphones. I have a wireless headset, and I have a wired headset. This one was like $70 at GameStop. It's the Rig 500s. And already I got like a piece over here that was like cracked. I don't know how it cracked. So I got it glued and taped a little bit to hold on. So I got a wire set for when I do a lot of my streaming, like podcasting and stuff. I keep that to my PC. And then I got my wired headset. This is Captain 560s off Amazon. That is for mostly gaming for Xbox. You can connect those to PC, Switch, anything that you're using them for. And then my computer is outputted to 2 27-inch Samsung curved screens. These you can find pretty cheap at Walmart for like I want to say about 150, 160. And I do the extended screen, you know, the extended screen. That way, if I'm streaming over on here, everything will be broadcasted over here and vice versa. So it definitely makes multitasking a lot easier. Even though people will get like the one wide screen that's like 30 or 40 some inches long, I still prefer the dual screen setup, and I'll show you guys why in a little bit. When I go to use my webcam, it's a little cheap $50 webcam, Logitech. It's 1080p. I don't need 4K. You know, a lot of people use 4K cameras, but I'm good with what I have. And of course, I do have Logitech speakers behind these, and this is a switch for it. I'll show you some of the connections with that a little bit. Mel got me this Michael Myers pen holder. That's where I keep my stuff, right there. And I always show this on stream. I always show this when I game, and I game on Xbox. And this is a charging station for the chargeable battery packs. You can buy those like 2 for $20. I got like, I don't know, 6 or 7 of them. But it does make for changing batteries when you're in the middle of a game or middle of a streaming while you're playing games. When your battery dies, I can just reach over, grab a battery off charge, swap it, and I'm good. I got 3 of these. This one actually has Xbox One games in it.
I have some Blu-rays in there that I would typically watch regularly. I also got PS2, PS1 games in there, along with burned Dreamcast games. I recently bought a Dreamcast. And there's a PS2 I got hooked up. I don't have the front plate for it. The reason behind it is back in 2015, 2016, I did a video on playing burned PS1 games, and it required taking the front plate off, so I don't know where that is, but it is in working condition. Right now it's turned off, but I have been playing a lot more of this lately. And of course I got a charging station over here for cell phones and earbuds and such. So down here, this is my PC. I had this since 2017. It's an HP Omen. This was a $1,600 computer back in the day. That's one of the external hard drives I have plugged in. And if you're wondering about this wire, so I have it connected behind the PC and hanging there. It's a 16-foot wire for the Oculus. So yeah, I can do VR on the PC. I can play VR games off the PC. Keyboard wise, this is a keyboard. This is an old keyboard from Staples. This was like a one that I found laying around the house because the other keyboard I had went up. This mouse, I've been using this mouse for quite some time. I gotta clean that off a little bit. Comes from not using a mouse pad. But this is a Corsair. I got this from Walmart. It was, I think it was like $50 or $60 at Walmart. Lights up. I had it for a good while. And what I do like about this is the contour of it. You know, these little side pieces right here are magnetic. So there's another piece to it. I don't know where it's at, but they're magnetic. There's two of them. That's where the thumb placement goes. But this makes it so comfortable when using. When it comes to gaming, you got two side buttons here, mouse wheel, and this button here changes the speed of your cursor. So if you don't want it to drag like it is right there, I can switch it up and then just be like all over the place. So that's what I love about mice like this. You know, this thing here, I had this for like, what, 7-8 years. It still does me pretty good. And then over here, I like this section here because it's shelved properly and everything fits in there. Now, people are probably like, ugh, the airflow. What's with the airflow? Well, it flows pretty good. It does get hot. It does heat up the desk a little bit, but it does have good enough airflow, so I haven't had any issues with it. But yeah, that's my Series X. I got that back in 2021, I believe, 2020, 2021. And I have a Switch set up. This is the Switch OLED. And then back here, as you guys can see, I got 3 external hard drives. This drive right here is connected to my PC. I think it's a 4 terabyte, 4 or 5. I think it's a 6 terabyte. It might be an 8. I can't remember how big it is. And then 2 external drives right there. They are connected to the Xbox. So I have 2 external drives. Never mind the dust. I'm getting ready to clean back there anyway. But yeah, I got 2 external drives hooked up to this along with the external card. So I got like 18 terabytes of space connected to the Xbox. So I have about 800 games installed on there, including DLC and such. That's the subwoofer for the speakers. This, I'm supposed to send this to Jeff along with a copy of Metal Gear Solid 4, not 4, but 5. So down here is where the meat and potatoes are. I tried to get the wiring management a little bit better. It is clean up a little bit for what you can see. But how I do gaming, so right now, as you guys can see it, it's all set up for PC right now. But if I wanted to play, let's say, PS2, Xbox, or Switch, first, I have an HDMI switcher right here that's velcroed up inside there, and I got HDMI cables on both sides, input and output. So I just push this button here and it switches the one monitor to the outputs for those. and for the PC, it just pretty much shrinks whatever background drop I have for the extended monitor. So now I can use just the one monitor, and this monitor is for gaming. Now this box here, this is a 4K switch box, HDMI switch box. It has 3 outputs to it. So I have all 3 consoles hooked up to this. So depending on which console I'm playing, if I turn the switch on, it will automatically select whatever output it's in. But if it won't switch, all I gotta do is push the button to switch to it. Like right now, it's set to the Xbox. I think PS2 is the first slot and the middle slot is the Switch. So it'll switch to that and everything will pop up right on there. Now, everything that is output to this is not, well, one HDMI cord is outputting to that, but everything outputs, and I don't know if you can see it, it's behind there, far back. I have the Elgato I think it's HD60X, I believe, or S. So the Elgato outputs to the PC and also outputs via HDMI to the screen. So basically, in order for me to play any of the games on monitor, the computer has to be on to power up the Elgato so I can play through it. Now, if I want to transfer my gaming to my 65-inch LG, I have laying loose here another HDMI cable, which is 15 foot long. So all I got to do is reach back here, or unplug this and reach back there, unplug the HDMI from that, plug this in, and then everything outputs to the TV. It seems like a complicated mess. It is kind of complicated when you hook everything up back there, but all in all, it works out to my advantage when it comes to gaming. And of course, you know, like TV stand wise, like I said, 65-inch. We got a lot of books down here. You know, we do quite a bit of reading. My ghost research books and shit, photo albums. And on the end here, my PlayStation Classic. I already did a review on that. There's my miniature film projector. I might do a video on that, show you guys that. Down here, pillow for the cats. I got a speaker. It's a Bluetooth speaker. I play Magic the Gathering, so I got cards there. And of course, there's the Sega Dreamcast. It's still in the box, so if I want to play it, I know people are like, oh, that's just too much to set it up. Nah, I keep it in there, you know, for nostalgic, and plus I do play it, so I will take it out from time to time again. Now, if you guys seen these, it's not really walls. This is foam poster board, and then there is some cardboard here. So it basically, I put this here for one, to keep the cats out of for reasons, and two, it gives it a little aesthetic to hide cables behind. Like with this one here, all I gotta do is just pull it out, and of course you do see, well, there's a poster behind there. So yeah, I got a couple boxes that have the wires all inside of there. I got tape on it to hold it shut because it's real tight in there. But if you can see, yep, there it is. There's the Elgato hanging up in there. So I got the Elgato Velcroed in there so it can stay taut. So that hides all of that. Now, with this here, I can just pull this out. Cable management is kind of straightforward a little bit. I got wires, wire tied and such, but it's not a clean look. It's something. And then back here, so PS2 is still on analog. You know, the RCA yellow, white, and red cables. But I converted that to HDMI with this converter box here. That also plugs into the HDMI switch port. So anything that I have that's RCA, I can plug into there, and it will output HDMI, either 720 or 1080p. But yeah, cable management. Like I said, I tied a lot of this up. Even all these loose wires is basically whatever I just added recently. And then for the PC, I have a couple USB hubs. I got one USB hub there. I got one there. And I think Jeff asked me recently, does it slow down your PC if you have USB hubs and things plugged multiple into your computer like that? And I said, no, not really. It doesn't slow anything down, but it does, you know, if you have very minimal USB slots on your computer, I can recommend getting like a hub. That it helps you out a lot, because I do have like 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 10 USB hubs, and I don't like having loose cables coming up and over, especially when I have more than just 10. So I just plug in USB hubs in the back and plug into everything, and it works out pretty fine. I don't have any issues with it. The lighting, I do have a light strip behind there that's lit up right now. It looks a lot better at night. I have that powered through one of those hubs, so when the PC comes on, whenever I turn the PC on, those lights light up. So that's a pretty cool addition. So if it's like real dark and all, and you need some light and you don't want to turn on a big light, just turn this computer on and you're good to go. What is it? That's just dust. Yeah, I saw a speck of dust back there. I got it. So then we finally move over to here, this organizer I have, and starting with the bottom, if it doesn't fall apart on me, it's old. I got it from you-know-who. So I have a few things down here like wire ties. I got a Switch game. This is full of PS1 and PS2 games. I'll do a separate video on that for you guys. This is full of DVDs that I recently, my friend Brandon recently got from a storage unit, and they're in good condition. So I gave them a home. And then this here, Mel got this for me one year. It was within the last couple years, I believe. This is a mini drone. I'm gonna have to plug it in and charge it up, but yeah, I can't pull it out right now. But yeah, it's a remote controlled mini drone. It's a nice little hobby to do. You can even connect it to your phone wirelessly. It does have a camera on it and all. So while I'm zipping this up, so the second drawer is just basically miscellaneous items. I have my laptop sitting in there, a file folder. There's the case for those sunglasses that I use when I do go out and video places in public and people don't know that I'm filming them. So yeah, that's where they get stored at. And then up here is my controller drawer. I got 4 Xbox controllers sitting in there. They're stacked up. Underneath this one I usually use when it comes to mobile gaming. I have that connected to my phone when I do the Game Pass app. I got a couple controllers here for the Switch, the Pro controllers. Jeff, if you don't like using those Joy-Cons that come with the console, get yourself one of these. This one is a Power A. I think this is like $40, $40 or $50. Usually they're pretty cheap. But yeah, get one of these for your Switch. That definitely helps out a lot. I got a PS2 and a PS1 controller right there for the PS2. There's the power adapter for the laptop. I got a. This is really old. I had this for years. It's a portable DVD burner. I've had that for years. I got several hookups. I got a bunch of USB cables in there, a couple mice and such. So yeah, I'm pretty much come in handy when it comes to a lot of things. So yeah, this is probably like the ultimate here that I have. Alright guys, so what do you think? I mean, it's not the best, it's not banging. This is my setup. This is what I look at. This is what I see every time I go live, so you guys know how I go live and what all is used. Everybody has a different setup in a sense. What do you guys think about this? Do you have a good setup you want to share? Let me know down in the comment section. And also follow me on Twitter and follow the Discord server if you guys are on Discord. And until next time guys, catch you on the flip.